thank you for the rain that we've received. We just ask, Lord, that you would spread it out a little bit and give those that need it still, give them more rain. We just ask that you be with us in all that we do this day and go before us. In thy name we pray. Amen.
Can I ask one question?
Yes.
When did we receive rain?
I had sprinkles.
Quarter inch.
We, as in I, did not.
Okay, quarter inch.
Thank you, Jesus, but
God
I
bless.
had puddles, yeah.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
That's why we spread it out a little bit. Blue Rapids did not need 10 inches.
No, they didn't. They could have given us 5 and them 5.
A ways away from here.
It did rain there, terrible. I think Marshall County got terrible rain.
Yeah, they had rescue, they get to use their.
Rescue
emergency
boat?
Emergency management.
Let's call this meeting to order. Carl, you have anything you want to say?
No.
Joe?
I brought your applications
Okay.
for review.
How about, well, Tammy Cox then, I guess.
I got nothing.
We're already ahead.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's like you can talk. Good Lord. Hello? Hello, hello.
Oh,
I thought
I
you
better
were calling.
turn mine on.
I thought you were calling executive session. I said we're ahead.
How long do we need it for? 45 minutes?
I would say at least 30, if not 45 minutes. So I'm asking for an executive session for non-elected personnel, to review, applications for, so, it's- yeah.
Okay.
So, you wanna go ahead and make it for 45?
That's however long you guys think.
Let's go 30.
Let's
and
go
then we can
30 and then we can go.
Okay, so I'll move to recess to executive session under the non-elected personnel exception to review resumes to include Tammy Cox and Joe Pruitt, as well as the commissioners to return to the commission room at 8:33.
May I ask, can we have Keith in here as well?
Oh,
Yeah.
okay,
Sorry.
and to include Keith
Yeah.
Coleman as well.
I will second that motion.
Moved and seconded to go into executive session for 30 minutes to review the applications for the emergency management director under non-elected personnel with Keith Coleman, the commissioners, Joe Pruitt, and our clerk. Is there any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Do I need to call Keith?
extend the executive session with the same people for 15 minutes to 8:48.
A second. Moved and seconded to extend for 15 minutes with the same people. Is there any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Sorry, I was asleep on the second.
That's all right.
audio and video are up.
We good? You're good, thank you,
Thank you.
Joe.
Thank you, thank you.
No decision made.
Is it possible to go look at those between now and then at your office?
Look at them again, you mean?
Yeah,
Give
just
it
to read
afterwards. I'm not sure off the top of my head if I
Hey,
did it or
that's
didn't,
cool.
so.
if that's appropriate or not.
Yeah, I'll take a look.
You
I'm
get
just
a
not
copy.
sure.
It's got one.
Was that, Tammy, was that a yes?
I'm just not sure.
Oh, okay.
I said, I never went out there. So I figured.
All right.
I need to work some more with the example on the bottom one. Once it gets down to about this high, you have to stand on it and the rest of it.
Well, that's-
Push enough to get to that bent lower. But I'll get some
Like
more
that,
colors in.
since I've been here. On the east coast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tammy, is Deb Oldie gonna be here?
I'm sorry?
Deb Oldie coming to our meeting?
Yes.
Oh, good.
All right.
Well, thank you, sir.
Chris?
Morning, guys.
Morning. Joe, morning.
Morning.
I met Master Tech Trucks on Old 81 when I was coming in here. At
Oh.
7:40, you guys, are you working early hours now?
Mm-hmm.
Are you working 7 to,
7 to 5:30.
are you already on your 10-hour days?
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
Let me ask you, this has nothing to do with this meeting. How much would our new dump trucks, how much would that cost full of asphalt?
A load of it,
Yeah, pre-mix, I mean,
like cold,
The
just
cold
cold
mix?
mix.
for me to buy from somebody and I put it in my driveway.
I don't know what the prices are yet this year.
It'd be
I've got
15
with,
tons.
yeah, I got with APAC, but they haven't shot me any prices yet.
Just curious.
But I can let you know when they get with me.
1,000?
I should be,
1,500.
that'd be my guess.
How hard is it, I mean, I've got that loader, is that spread it?
Oh,
You
yeah.
do it when it's fresh, it's real easy
Yeah.
to spread.
Okay, all right.
But you gotta pack it. Gotta pack it good.
I had a guy, as soon as he sold me a couple loads of rock, we put it down in there, and he said, oh, by the way, I've got access to asphalt millings. I said, you should've told me that before you put 2 loads of rock.
I don't want no asphalt. I've got some of them and they still haven't set up.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I should be getting.
Call me later, I'll tell you how to make them work.
Yeah.
I know.
Asphalt millings.
Not gonna, I said, I'll
don't
tell you how
want
to
it.
make
I
them
just
work, but
don't
I'm not
want
gonna
it to-
say it now.
I don't want it to be there that way.
Yeah, I'm getting to the point now, that's 15 years ago, so it's about time to replenish.
My grandkids be tracking that in the house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. What's up?
Oh, just got the noxious weed report.
So I apologize because I was gone all last week and you were gone the week before that, so I didn't really get to talk to you about this. So when I look at it, on the second page, on that revenue side,
For the capital outlay,
no, the capital outlay, you changed and increased with the general ledger.
so on the
balance.
first page.
Okay, the first page, the financial summary, yeah. So, I know, when we talked, you said the revenue side included our usage, but the expense side does. That where it says chemical purchases, the 49,882, that makes sense that that's both what we purchase and use as well as what we sell. But the revenue side of it is, the 49,000 that you have down there, that doesn't make sense to me because it's current reimbursements. So it seems like that would just be what we sell.
Okay, what do you want it as?
Well, that $19,000 number, that 19
You got a
from
pen,
the general
Tammy?
ledger. I'm sorry, it's 18,876 according to CIC. And then and the only other number, do you see the number there? I'm sorry. And then, the only other number is the cash balance, the beginning cash balance. I didn't see whether you got the 122 number. This is what I have for year end. So, yeah, I understood, once you told me that it includes what we use and what we sell, that made
Yeah,
sense to me. But this one is just the revenue side of it.
You guys didn't finish 20th going,
Okay, you don't mind making those those changes?
I gotta get it turned in, so I'm gonna put it in.
Okay, so and then this number will change because it computes, I assume, the,
Sometimes.
Go back north with the.
So what do you have as it reading in there, the 291,
Well, I have-
481?
so I have the 122.
Right, yep.
Let's see, I have the 122,002, and I have the 182,502, and I have the 18,876. So 323, 380, it should be about that. See if you get to that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's all
So
I
we
got.
can go ahead and approve it as changed, as amended. Is that all right?
Yeah, that's
And then we
fine,
can get
and
it
I'll put
signed?
those numbers in there, and we'll get it turned into him.
Okay, I apologize, I didn't get it until yesterday, so. And I was so excited, I drove by Highway 18 and I saw that you were fixing the bridge.
Yeah,
on-
we didn't have a choice.
That was really beat up, I was really worried about it when I left, I
Yeah.
flew out Monday. And I drove by it and I was like, man, and then you guys already have it ripped up, so are you
Mhm.
gonna put tubes in there, or what are you putting in there?
We can't put tubes in there, it
It's too
flows too
big?
much water, so we're gonna have a couple meetings with some people for some precast structures, or whether we're gonna build a bridge, we're gonna meet with Sling County on a couple designs they have and what they do, so.
I'm so glad you did that, because well, on both ends, the north end and the south end were really dangerous. And then you guys have cleared all those trees, that looks amazing on 210.
Mhm.
So, is that where the Master Tech
I did.
trucks were going
No,
today? I just wondered where they were going.
one was going to get some warranty work done, or
on
recall
Old
work, I
81?
guess,
On Old 81?
yeah,
Christwood Bridge is south of 18, just
on
straight along.
200,
It's just
yeah,
straight down, it's right there.
A
Just
repair place?
100 yards off there, yeah.
Yeah.
That one you'd sent me in that map,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought, just wanted to clarify.
And
Thank
then-
you.
So anyway, good job. And the other thing that, I was looking through accounts payable, and so did Brandon go to that training and then like the very next day resign?
Basically, right when he got back, he gave us his notice,
I saw that training, I go, we're paying for training, and then I saw
Nice
the
of him.
dates,
yeah,
so that was painful when I
yeah.
put the dots together. So,
I would make a motion that we approve the noxious weed report as amended by Chris.
Okay,
Is that enough, that's specific enough?
Yeah.
I'll second that.
Moved and seconded to approve the noxious weed report as amended by Chris. Is there any discussion? All those in favor? Aye.
So just, are you guys gonna give us that update maybe next week on like where you guys are?
Or,
Just
So
overall
you're gonna
for
have to
Road
close
and
the road?
Bridge?
yeah,
For Road and
it's
Bridge?
closed now for a week.
No, I meant on overall,
I was just answering his question.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, when we get everything put together, we'll come up and give it an update.
Okay, I appreciate it.
That's all I got currently, so.
So does that, having that bridge out, does that affect any, is that a real, has the farmers complained, or?
It's only been closed since early last week, so.
Doesn't matter.
Complain all they want, we can't, we.
Yeah,
It
it's
was
just,
Can't pull a
It was
bridge
too
out.
risky.
oh, somebody would have fell in. Yeah, we can't have that.
What are you putting back in, is what your plans?
Oh, we got a few ideas, is whether we're gonna build a one, put a precast, or the design with some of the stuff Sling County's done, we're gonna meet with them sometime.
Bill railroad car is out of the question.
Oh, no, that's one of them too. It just, we're trying to think of how fast we can get one.
Yeah.
So those precast, are they plastic,
No, they're concrete.
concrete?
Think you'll have it in by harvest?
Oh, we'll have it fixed way before harvest.
I'm sure. we'll
There
get
won't be a harvest if it don't rain right now.
Yeah,
I think it's over
yeah.
for down there anyway, cause it's really sand and wheat and no rain. Not good.
Not good.
Okay, thank you guys.
Do you have a
Thanks,
copy
fellas.
you want us to sign?
You can sign this one if you want, and then I'll get that
Remember that?
This day the 20th.
Yeah, I was talking to him about it this morning.
Ain't happening.
Okay, well, you can tell him.
I ain't scared.
I'll probably be in touch too. That sounded pretty interesting.
Oh, asphalt.
Asphalt millings and such, and yeah. The timing, I couldn't believe on the guy that had done my rock on my driveway, spread it great, looked great, and then he wanted to sell me asphalt millings. Wow, this just, timing's wrong here.
You got his number, Chris?
I think I might. I would look in my phone. Pretty sure.
If not, I'll just text Scott, to get that number.
Okay, oh, there we go.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, are there any leads on replacing Brandon? You got any
We're gonna
applications?
we're gonna look over applications and get
Okay.
with Joe,
Okay, good.
other Joe, I guess. Yeah, the Joes,
Alright,
both of
yep.
them.
Yep, have,
Perfect. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Come on up, Deb.
welcome.
Thank you. I don't think we ever have. I'm gonna pass out cards here really quickly first.
Gift
Debbie-
cards?
Unfortunately, no.
Oh, come on.
That would've been more fun, shouldn't it? Debbie Peters, Business Finance, sent her cards along as well, so that's why there's two Debs, it gets so
Okay.
confusing. Oops, I'm sorry. Gets confusing that way, but I only have two
I
of
don't
the
think I've
Business
ever met
Finance,
you
so
before.
hi, I'm
Carla
Deb
Grant.
Rowley,
Nice
nice
to
to
meet
meet you. So if anybody wants to fight over this, or I'll put one on each end and you can share, I had three of the others, so. And you're welcome to leave those with Tammy, if you would like to.
Okay.
Or keep them, obviously, keep them for yourselves. I'm just gonna slide up here so I have something to, put documents on. That will probably be easier, so I can have something to follow along. So, thank you again for the time this morning, to come and just give you a bit of an update, and in the case of, Carla, as she mentioned, introduce myself. Scott and Dwayne and I obviously know each other, but first time to meet Tammy as well, so I appreciate that opportunity.
I apologize.
So a little background, my husband and I actually live in Clyde. I'm usually in our Beloit office, 2 to 3 days a week. And we've been in Clyde for about 30 years. And I worked at the Regional Planning Commission for 22 years, and then did some consulting and was also Director of Grower Services for the Kansas Corn Growers and Kansas Corn Commission for a few years as well. And then came back in 2022 back into the world of community development, grant writing, et cetera. So appreciate the time that I had the first go round at the Planning Commission, but was thankful for that time to go learn some new things and do some other things, but very happy to be back as well. I do want to thank Dwayne and of course previously Scott for serving on our board. We appreciate all of our board members and the time that they commit and that it takes to be involved with the organization. We are complex, and getting your head wrapped around all the things we have going on is not a small task, so we're thankful for that. Also want to thank you for your annual dues and your membership. First of all, because we appreciate the ability to work with you, but also for frame of reference, the dues that are paid to the Planning Commission create the direct cash match that we need for our EDA planning grant. And so that is something that we compete for every 3 years, and then have to basically show compliance and progress annually, and then we receive a $70,000 grant from EDA to do planning and project development in the region, but we do have to match that, and so that's where the dues are nice. They fill in that role for us. So it's a good return on investment, more than dollar for dollar return on that investment. So really quickly, overview, I guess, of NCRPC, and then I thought I would dive in just a little bit on some of the projects that are specifically happening right now in your county, because everyone's usually interested in that. So we are the we're the fiscal agent for Homeland Security dollars that come into the state of Kansas from DHS through the Kansas Highway Patrol. So we serve 103 of the 105 counties in the state in that function or that capacity. We work through the local regional Homeland Security councils, so they are the ones that are making decisions about how those dollars get spent, but then we support them with the procurement process and then also, as I said, the processing of the fiscal aspect of those projects. So Ottawa County's in the North Central region for the Homeland Security program, and in 2025 there was a total of 42 projects that were either, closing out, beginning, or, still happening within the region. According to what Chris left me here, 15 of those are still ongoing, and just a dollar amount to give you some frame of reference, that could be for equipment, training, or exercises. There were still 2 projects from FY 2022 that were worth around $17,000. In FY 23, 8 projects, and that was right around or just over 71,000. And then FY 24, 7 projects that were a little over 208,000. And now we are into FY 25 and FY 26. There was a delay with 25, so those two may end up almost sort of overlapping each other, almost like it was one, but it's not because of the delay with FY 25 dollars. So. We also operate
Can I ask a question since this is
Yeah,
all new to
yes,
me?
no, please do.
These guys are probably like, we know all this, but, so you're talking about the distribution, there's feds money that comes to you, and then you distribute it within these 18 counties.
So the dollars are DHS, which is federal dollars that come into Kansas Highway Patrol. And then it's distributed to actually 7 areas or 7 regions in the state, and we work with 6 of them. And so those regional councils, EMS directors, law enforcement, emergency management, those folks that serve on that council are making the decisions about how their regional allocation is spent. And then we assist them to make sure that the procurement is done in compliance with the federal regulations, and then processing the checks to the vendors.
So I have to ask is, what has Ottawa County received? Should I be aware of this? Should I already know this?
No, not necessarily. And I think it's important to realize that because it's done on a regional basis, so Ottawa County is part of a Homeland Security region. If they're doing training or exercises, that could be happening in Salina. It could be paying for somebody to go to Wichita. It wouldn't necessarily be real visible, I guess, at the county level. There is a possibility that equipment has been purchased just for the county, and I'm happy to ask Chris that question because I don't know that.
I would like to know that.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Because you just gave, 4 different years of ongoing projects, and I'd like to know what Ottawa County is receiving.
Not necessarily Ottawa County. It's kind of, I don't know how to explain it.
I'm not sure either.
It's a district, regional district, isn't it, Deb?
Right, and so it's potential that there's a piece of equipment that you have access to that isn't sitting in your county. So that would be one way that you would have benefit, even though the piece of equipment might not have come directly to the county. And similarly with the training or exercises, it could be held somewhere in the region or even external to the region, but people are attending from within the region.
Right, I would just like to know what specifically Ottawa County is receiving.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
So-
anytime you have a distribution between several counties, it's important to know what we get.
So this, for example, this had, like Dickinson County has a trailer with a whole bunch of radio stuff in it. Is this something like that
Similar,
that we
right.
share?
Yes.
So we don't actually own it.
So mobile base of
But it's-
operation
yeah,
or
it's a
whatever.
mobile base of operation with radios for disaster and stuff like that that would go to Dickinson County if they needed it, or if we needed it, it would come here, but it's housed in Dickinson County, so there's really no way to, I mean,
It's available.
we have availability
Yeah.
to it. And that, the emergency management person would know that, probably,
Yes.
so.
Yeah, probably the best, yes, I would say best local source or
Right.
of information, but yes, let me go back to the office and see if I can, talk with Chris over the next week or so, and then, get you something that's a little
Just
bit more
an idea of
specific.
what direct benefits, just so I have my head around it.
Sure,
Thank you.
absolutely,
All
absolutely.
right, sorry.
No, you're fine. Questions are probably easier as we go along rather than at the end, so I understand that. We also operate the weatherization program for 41 counties. That is basically an area a bit east of here and then all the way to the Colorado border. And that is primarily low-income driven energy efficiency upgrades for housing. And that we've been doing that program for quite a long time. And so she actually pulled numbers for your county from the last 10 years, and basically we've done 27 units for around $230,000 with an average an average benefit of $8,700 per unit. That program is extremely popular and has a large waiting list. We
get funded.
work our way through that as quickly as we can, but it is a very long waiting list.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so unfortunately.
Well, see, I love that. You gave me numbers.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's a
Absolutely.
very popular program, I mean, people
Yeah.
can afford to winterize their
Right.
house, you know.
A lot of HVAC and things like that make a
Yeah.
difference in
My
terms of,
big thing is always how do people find out about these opportunities?
Mhm.
That's always communication.
absolutely. Yes, key, it is. And we do work through, like local health departments as an example, as one place where you would find those brochures. Everything, of course, is on our website, and we do a lot of mail-out brochures. If people call into the office, we can mail out the application then to folks so that they can do a paper pencil
Yeah.
at home as well.
So even though there's a waiting list, you're still taking applications?
We do.
Okay.
Yes, we just keep them in the queue, and partly because you never know when, for some reason there might be a change in funding sources too. So,
Great.
because that program right now is operating with 4 different sources of funding, so that it didn't used to be that way either, but then over time has changed.
I think a lot of people don't think about weatherization during the summer,
Of course.
but it's just as important, it just blows by people.
Right.
Yeah, and that is the sad thing, and we do get, what I would dub as emergency requests from people, when it's very cold and their furnace goes out, which because of some of the flexibility that we have with some programs, we do try to be responsive to that, but oftentimes that's a referral that we're doing to another entity that we know might be able to assist them, because again, of the wait list with our program,
Well,
it's a challenge.
to be honest, I think
so.
this is one of the beauties of having this on video now, is that people can, if they watch it, they can actually hear about a program that they might not hear otherwise. So I'm grateful
True.
when you explain something like that, so that people, not just us, but
Sure.
other people in the community can know
Yes,
about it.
absolutely, absolutely. So there was, let's see, so I left you with Debbie Peters' card and also her brochure about business finance. That is really multifaceted in terms of the types of things that Debbie's able to do with the programs that we have, including 2 loan funds. So she spends her time on loan feasibility analysis, financing options and loan packaging for businesses that are either in the startup phase, the purchasing phase, or expansion phase. And we operate 2 business gap financing programs also out of our office, trying to provide favorable terms in terms of interest rate, match requirements, that type of thing. But we always have a bank as a partner, so the business cannot come to us independent of having the local bank involved. So we fill more of the gap if a project is not 100% bankable, or there's more risk than what the bank is able to absorb involved. Then we are part of that team. So
Now, did our local banks know about this?
Debbie visits routinely, yes, and has good communication with them. We had one business that she worked with and was assisted with a loan in 2025. So
In Ottawa County? Okay.
yeah. So I feel like she does a good job of that. It's banking is like any other, in my opinion, any other profession right now. There's a lot of churning, people just don't stay forever. And so she's perpetually re-educating new people, because you get new loan officers, and then it's important for her to make those visits and do outreach. But she's very good about getting them information, you know, via email, and then like I said, if they're new or there's turnover, she'll come and
She's
have a
Delphus
meeting.
girl,
So
so she lives in Ottawa County.
yeah,
Yeah,
she lives
Deborah.
close. That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
So, thank you. Yeah, good point. Probably would have passed right over that. So. All right, housing, the main thing that I will focus on there, I guess initially is, and Dwayne is aware of this, we have quite a lot actually, slots of the Demo to Dirt program are still available within Ottawa County. So if you have residential structures that are needing to be demolished because they're uninhabitable past their useful life, there are, I believe, 4 or 5 slots, so to speak, available for that based on what we would anticipate the cost to be.
Is that for Ottawa County or is that for your whole?
For Ottawa County.
Has that slowed down, Deb, because this $4,000 input up front? I wondered if that's a stumbling block.
Well, I think that's it's a good question. We have some counties that have used all of their funds and have a waiting list, and then others where it's not going out the door. So I think it's just a matter of catching people at the right time, making sure the right people hear the message. As to your point about communication, because it is, as Dwayne alluded to, it's a 25% match, and so you can get up to $5,000. So you might have to spend as much as $1,300 of your own in order to capture that full amount. But we've actually seen demolitions coming in under that amount. So in theory, we'd be able to do maybe an extra 1 or 2.
So does that do away with the match then if they come in under 5,000?
No, there's always the match.
25%
Yes.
match, no matter what.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
So
That's the way I understood it.
25% match up to what?
5, isn't it?
Up to
Yes, we have
5,000?
up to 5,000 per demolition.
So it'd be $1,250 out of pocket, roughly.
Yeah.
So you have had people use it here in Ottawa County?
Yes, we have in previous years.
Well, yes, and Keegan Bailey, who is our housing director as well as assistant director at the Planning Commission and does all things housing, she has had other demolition programs available as well. Some through the Dane Hansen program that she created and works with, which we do serve all 26 counties with that as part of the Dane Hansen area because they're funding that. And then, as part of that, she has a moderate income housing rehabilitation program, trying to hit those folks who are not necessarily low income, but yet might have a bit of a struggle doing major rehab projects on their house. We're still doing community development block grant, housing grants. We have one in Holyrood and one in Ellsworth right now. So lots of things happening with housing. I think just the important thing right now is we'd like to get those demolition dollars, out the door, because we'd like to see every county take advantage of that. We know they're out there.
Is there a deadline on that?
I would say 2 to 3 months yet, give or take. We have some flexibility. Those dollars were an award that we sought from Patterson Family Foundation. And what I really would like to wrap that up within a year, and we're butting up against that. But we do have hopefully some options that our intention would be to redistribute the dollars to other counties if they aren't used in some, as we get closer to the end. But we want to make sure everybody has that chance to.
So if they wanted to reach you, is it the cell number that's listed on here?
You could, or the office number,
Oh,
the
an
office
number?
the
Okay.
office number, because Keegan is the best person for that.
I've had some people say it's not enough to
Yeah.
do their job.
Or trailer houses. That's the buzzword. Where do you get rid of a trailer house?
Mm-hmm.
Right. Well, even houses, that means some big houses, especially if they have asbestos
Yeah, yeah,
on them, is a major pain.
yeah. Nope, you're not wrong. If they're a really large old house, it makes it harder. Yes, a smaller structure, for
Yeah.
sure.
Has there ever been a trailer house program to get rid of a trailer house? Seems to me there was, but I can't remember.
There isn't.
offhand. Just a
Yeah, I
year
don't
or
know.
two
And I
ago.
don't know where you go with those now. I knew at one time for
Basically,
an unrelated reason, but
I don't think anybody.
nobody's
will-
taking them anymore.
No,
Interesting.
junkyard won't even take them in Delphus.
Yeah.
He didn't want them.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah, that's a problem. Making a note. Like I said, I used to kind of know where those ended up, but not familiar
About a
anymore,
year
so.
ago, I had several requests from Delphus about trailer
Uh-huh,
houses. You know,
interesting.
where do you go? And I think they might, I need to talk back to the people and see if they
Mm-hmm.
uncovered anything. Then I'll let you know.
No.
Yeah,
They
They
did not,
haven't.
okay.
They're tearing them,
they're
they're
still
tearing
looking.
them. Actually, the one I think that you may be talking about, they're tearing it down,
Yeah.
piece by piece, taking, I think the aluminum, trying to get rid of it, but then they're down to the frame and the wood siding and they've
Yeah.
stopped,
Oh,
Interesting.
so.
it's tough.
All the
Yeah.
things.
Yep.
So last piece of our work kind of falls under, the other thing, housing, yeah, sorry, one more thing under housing. So we also are partnering with the Innovation Center, who has funding from the state of Kansas and also from Dane Hansen. That is the entity that has created the program that's doing the, I'm gonna use the term underwriting, that's probably not correct, but for people building new houses to try to incentivize new house construction. And they have enough to do across the 26 counties that Dane Hansen and the Innovation Center serve. They have enough to do, I believe, around 240 or 50. And they're chunking through those numbers, but we're also doing fiscal agent work for them on that. So processing those checks, paying for board meetings, and our attorney there in Beloit is also the one that's actually reviewing legal documents and things on each of those transactions. So that incentive is there for somebody who's building new, which is good. We need more housing stock, so kind of a
Is
unique
that the one
program.
that kind of has restrictions like dollar amount of the house?
There are some parameters around, yes, what they're looking for in terms of size and dollar amount, yes.
But we
And
were-
I believe Owen and Kate, when they were here, Katie talked about that.
Could be,
We're okay, we've got 4 of them, I think, gonna be located here in East Minneapolis, I remember. You showed me in Clay. I think.
Well, and actually that would be, I believe those are, and maybe they're able to tap into that as well, and that honestly I don't know, but they have MIH funding,
Right.
yes, for that as
In
well,
Minneapolis.
so.
Yeah.
There's new ones going up,
Yep.
yeah.
Mhm.
I looked at the criteria, I met with Owen, and it was pretty complicated what criteria they had to match, so
Mhm.
they really just have to go talk to their banker. Hopefully all our bankers are aware of it.
Yeah. Always communicating. So on to community development, which is where we do the bulk of our grant writing and then loan applications and then project management on the back end with the funding agencies for infrastructure, so water, sewer, fire trucks, community centers, sidewalks, trails, etc., just all kinds of things. Examples of that, Delphus CDBG park project that was funded. Tescott currently has a KDHE funded water project that we're helping them with. We have a Ottawa County Rural Water District number 1 has a KDHE funded water project as well. So those are the 3 primary ones that are happening. It kind of goes in phases, and we have right now an upcoming conversation with City of Bennington about water issues, and also some conversations happening with fire districts around in Ottawa County as well. And
So you said fire trucks, what, do you know what that would curtail? I mean, I do know that Delphus burnt one up and they were.
yeah,
so-
there's big demand for that right now too, and especially with the wildfire threats and things, people are very interested in upgrading brush trucks or getting a brush truck that they maybe didn't have
And so
before.
what would they have to do, come to you?
Yeah, absolutely. And there's not, community development block grant funding has been traditionally something that's been used for fire trucks. There's a couple of new things out now that we're trying to tap into, because as with everything, it's gotten so much more expensive that it's kind of a bit of a challenge to.
Who would they
So
get
Delphus qualifies for CDBG,
They do.
and so does any other community in Ottawa County?
I would have to go back and look. I don't know that off the top of my head.
I
I believe that Bennington doesn't, and I believe that Minneapolis doesn't currently, but I think possibly Bennington is thinking about doing a survey, but
I encourage the fire department to do a survey,
Mm-hmm,
because it's not that hard.
I think it's
Do
being
you-
considered.
Give me an example of what you're talking about, survey.
Well, we did that in Marysville, and I think we did it through NRCP. Did I say it right?
Well, we did, I know we helped
In
Marysville at one
CRP, I
time,
know I said
yes,
it wrong.
yeah, you're fine, no, that's good.
So I'm pretty sure, because I think you pulled the random, so what happened, we were fairly close to the low income number that we needed to meet, but we didn't meet it on the census. So, let me say it right, NCRP, I believe you pulled the random draws for us, right? The random addresses, so if it's so if you're over a certain number of homes, then you get a random selection of addresses to solicit. If it's under a number, you have to go to every home, correct?
The only thing that's changed with that is they're now really, really pushing the random surveys with every size community.
Oh,
They
no matter
have,
what the size,
they really,
okay.
yeah,
And so, actually, so they gave us the random numbers, we went to those specific houses. I was amazed how much information people would give me just knocking at their door. Because we had to ask how many people lived in the household and what their income was, or is your income below a
within a
certain amount,
range, yes,
right?
that's
And
correct.
so these people that didn't know me at all, I would come to their door, ask them this question, and people would give me this information. I didn't have anyone refuse to give me the information.
Yeah.
I think that's amazing.
So,
Yeah.
so for Delphus qualifies then,
So,
right?
yeah, so you already have it made for Delphus.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So the fire district, although the fire district would be different than the city of Delphus.
Correct, and
So
that
you
would,
might
that would
have
be
to-
where there would potentially be an issue, is because of that. And because it is definitely based on, the service area, and so even though the city's included, if there is a larger area, several outlying
So if
townships
they
or
had a
whatever.
city
that-
truck, if they had a city fire,
Is your district overlay your city, do you know?
It's wider than the city, it goes out into the country.
Yeah, so I
Like-
don't know, so from a census stuff, can you do any parameter for CDBG to see their service area? Can you cut in? It's
I mean,
not
you
just-
you could certainly survey something larger than a city. So in the case of a fire district or a rural water district, you can survey that district because they know what their boundaries are. If they align nicely with townships, we do know or can get the township LMI numbers.
Right.
But what frequently happens is both sets are not eligible,
right?
and then you end up needing to do a survey anyway.
So
So.
who would be the contact person in the Beloit office? Would it be Deb Peters or?
Not Debbie, no, either myself or Laura Leahy, who just started with us in February,
Okay,
would be
yeah.
the primary ones that would be working.
Just thinking of a contact name that
Right,
the fire
absolutely.
chief in Delphus could come to and say,
Sure.
okay, what have you got? This is our
Yeah.
situation. Let's move forward.
Yep, absolutely.
So I think you have, so Delphus number 3 covers Logan and Sheridan, and just a tiny bit of Stanton. So see, if you see this, there, orange, this
yes.
is what Delphus Fire
Okay.
Department covers.
Mhm.
So you could probably get this township information, including the city, and then you just have to get that little bit of, you can do that?
You can't commingle census numbers and survey results, and so if
You
every.
have to start all over on the survey?
You wouldn't have to start all over on the survey if an area, you could add to. This is one of the things that we have not worked through in the office yet, that we are thinking is going to become a bit of potentially could become a little bit of a struggle with the random surveys, because when you're doing a full area survey, it's easy to add more into that survey, but when you've done a random survey, we're not sure how you add beneficiaries to a successful random survey, if that makes sense. Because it's then all of a
Before you
sudden.
start, you'd have the random survey, right?
Right, but Delphus is currently already eligible, so if
But
we
the
could,
city of
if we
Delphus,
could, if we
but-
could avoid having to redo the city,
All
that
of
would be
this-
ideal. But yes, otherwise we would do random across that whole area, but then they couldn't stand on their own.
Right.
Because it's random, so to be determined
Better
exactly
leave that
how
alone.
that gets,
Yeah.
well, no, it wouldn't hurt anybody, it's more about if a town has done a survey and then they need to grab an additional service area. We're not quite sure how
Okay,
they're
so-
gonna be able to do
Yeah,
that.
which some of, if you did a whole random survey of this area, some of them might overlap that you already have.
Right.
And some they would have to go get,
Right,
yeah.
right, and what I'm saying is that, to me, that the randomness gets destroyed if you try to mingle after you've done one random with the bigger random, and that's where I think you'd have to be starting over on a random survey
Yeah, I
for a
think you do
bigger
all of
area.
them, and, but you might have some of the information already. Cause if
Potentially.
you knock to the door again, they'd say, I already gave this information
Right,
to someone. And
right.
did they have to do that in Delphus to get qualified, do you remember?
I feel like maybe they were CDBG eligible from
Yeah.
census
From the get-go?
data.
Oh,
I
from the
feel like it
census
was
data?
census data.
Well, that's a big plus.
Yeah.
So, do you guys know, or would Keegan, is this you or is this Keegan's responsibility?
For the
Community
Fire.
Development Block Grant?
mostly myself and Laura
Oh, you and Laura.
for
Okay,
now. Yes, we're in the process of hiring another person, so I'm hoping to insert another name soon.
So you would know, like, if Bennington qualifies and if
Mm-hmm.
Minneapolis, and so right now, the only city that qualifies is Delphus.
I can't say that with
Okay.
certainty. There's just, yes, I don't have that all in my head.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's a huge, usually you have a match though,
Oh, yes, absolutely.
yeah,
Mhm.
so it's not like
And it's less
a
than it
free
used
fi-
to be, but
It never used, it's not like a free fire truck, but
no.
it's definitely helps.
25% is more standard now, and it used to be, we really never encouraged any projects to go in unless they were matching 50, dollar for dollar, and now it's 25% of what you're asking for,
Mhm.
so it's actually less. I mean,
Right.
And
makes it easier, but projects are so expensive that sometimes you need more than that, so.
is there plenty of funding there right now?
I don't think there's ever plenty of funding.
Yeah. I remember waiting for them to see if we got pulled, yeah,
Yeah.
so.
Yeah, it's still competitive, for sure, still competitive. I would say there's a little bit of a, there's a couple of programs out that, potentially would allow some dollars maybe to roll into another category, but there's always more demand than, it's not as bad as Kansas Water Office, which is extremely oversubscribed, but it's still a lot
Okay,
of requests for what they have.
but it's really nice to have available if they can use it, yeah.
We agree with that. Might as well get it here rather than somewhere else,
Mhm.
so, sure.
I'm glad you offer that to everybody. So I'm glad some people are taking advantage of that, or they're actually asking the questions.
Absolutely, absolutely. Plenty of need.
I appreciate you coming to explain. I cannot begin to relay as well as you do.
Well, I don't know that I do that well, because it is complicated, and you don't wanna be here for 7 hours, so it's hard to summarize in some cases, but.
Can I, since we're getting ready to do budgets,
Mhm.
can I ask you on the annual dues and the membership by county, how do you build that out?
We do that you'll get your invoices in January. So you actually just had one come in January, and it's a flat $3,500 per county.
So it's up per county.
And
And
then
that-
cities
that-
also.
You mentioned annual dues plus membership, is the 3,500
No, it's
cover
the
both?
same, it's the same thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's 3,500 a year to have your services available? That's awesome. That's a win-win.
Cities pay as well.
Uh-huh.
The smallest towns pay $50, a little bit larger pays $100, and then the largest county seats pay $500. So, a little bit of additional
Yeah, no, I
to be
think
aware of.
for
So.
$3,500, I think that's definitely valuable to our community.
We stay busy.
Any of the other towns, I think Minneapolis is a member, but like Tesket,
Mhm.
Bennington,
Yeah,
Delphus.
actually, across our 12 counties, all 83 of our communities are members. We don't have any non-paying. We do have some very, very small, and I'm trying to think of the best, Hollenberg. I don't even know if there's 30 people that live there.
Yeah.
And
know
so
where
they
Hollenberg
are gratis. So
Mm.
we have,
So-
I think we have 4 or 5 of those that are very, very small.
How
So
big's Ada?
50,
50?
maybe, as a guess.
maybe,
So,
maybe.
Maybe.
unincorporated cities also, because Ada would be unincorporated?
Yeah,
Hollenberg had to be unincorporated.
you can. They were just in the process of that, I believe, the last time that we worked up there, which has been a little
They have a
while.
Pony
but
Express station.
yeah.
That's what Hollenberg has.
we can work with an unincorporated area, and an example would be like Detroit there in Dickinson County. Basically, the county has to be the applicant for them if they're eligible. If it's a CDBG, I mean, it could be other things too, but usually it's the county that's the applicant or the pass-through if it's an unincorporated area. Just like they would be for a water district or a fire district for a CDBG, the county has to be the pass-through entity for those.
These MIH houses that we were talking about earlier, they'd have to be in an incorporated city with water, sewer, and so forth, or is that outside?
I can't say that with certainty, but that would be you would have to have utilities to them, you know, in some fashion. Whether or not it matters that it's actually in city limits or not, I don't know. Because, you know, sometimes housing developments are just over the line, but you're still
Right.
serving them, so
It couldn't be
I
like
don't know for
water
sure.
and a sewer septic system or anything, it should be city sewer or
I-
city facilities.
That would be my guesstimate, but I couldn't say that with
That's kind of
certainty,
my take
so,
on it, but
yeah.
I don't, a lot of people like to build in the country, you know, and if they're
Absolutely.
outside of Wells or outside of Ada or outside somewhere, you know, it could be.
Which is partly, you know, one reason why the Kansas Housing Cooperative Program that I mentioned with Dane Hansen and the Innovation Center is beneficial, because it does allow construction outside city limits for sure, because that's just an individual unit at a time, someone who's building, so they have
I know an
options.
individual that is looking out in the country, hadn't found the land yet, but I thought he's gonna
Mm-hmm.
be here for the long haul and he'd be a good investment.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I did participate in the visioning statement or the visioning Zoom meeting that you had.
Yeah.
But it's nice to meet
Yeah.
you in
Yeah,
person.
absolutely. Yeah.
And so
same.
did that prove beneficial?
You
your
know, I think
strategy
we were,
meetings?
by that point, we were kind of doing, that was sort of the cleanup batter, so to speak. You know, we had quite a few of the in-person sessions, and so it was more ground truthing and grabbing anything new that we hadn't heard. But, and there were a couple of new nuggets, and we had, you know, someone on from school district, which we hadn't had previously. So that's beneficial too. You get their surveys back and you can kind of see that coming through in some of the answers.
Cool.
So,
Okay.
Very
Well, Deb,
good.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming.
you are very welcome.
Appreciate it.
Have a good rest of your week and your Monday, and I will pull some additional Homeland Security statistics and a little bit more specific information and send that back to Tammy here sometime the next little bit. So,
Okay,
yeah.
Deb, when is the next in the regional planning meeting?
Board meeting?
Yeah, board
Not
meeting.
until May.
Oh, in May, okay,
Yeah.
that's right.
We're
every
on a
other month.
skip month,
Right,
yes.
okay.
Yeah, which it still comes around really fast.
I
but-
just looked at my calendar and we're gonna be at the commissioners convention in Hutch, and
Okay,
thought I missed that one.
well, maybe that works well then, that you
Mhm.
can alternate and not
It
have
is.
to be two places at once.
Yeah.
So, very good.
Thank
All
you so
right,
much.
thank you so much. Have a good day.
Have a safe trip.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Good to meet you. I will come back sometime and we'll visit some too, so. Thanks.
All right, can I get a motion to pay the bills? Wait a minute. I don't wanna pay the bills yet. I wanna talk about that. I was looking at, I mean, I hate to nitpick, but county attorney, they paid tax on food at, over here. 28.31, paid 56 cents tax, but I wondered why they was buying chips.
I think that was for the trial, the jury, because
Okay.
when I came that morning for the,
If that's what it's for, that's fine.
they had snacks out by the front door when people registered.
That's what I think she's correct. I think I remember them saying they ended up buying some snacks because the jurors were getting hungry and.
Well, I'll be darned. All right, how about Sarah? $100 cleaning fee on a trip for Chloe and $46.64 tax
I
on
think
some
they-
Vibro or
They,
Verbo.
instead of using a hotel, they did a timeshare or a
Airbnb.
Airbnb, there, thank you, Dwayne. And, so then you have to pay a cleaning fee. I don't know if it gets reimbursed,
How about the tax?
I believe so.
the tax we shouldn't pay.
That is something you guys can discuss with Sarah if you would like to see if she can get that refunded.
Well,
I'm surprised the, Jean's, although the non-exempt would have to be tied to
I got
the
all that
district
stuff
court's
right
credit
there.
card at
Oh,
Jean's.
yeah.
It-
We've been
It's on
doing
our
it.
accounts.
Come
In
on.
order to get tax exempt, it has to be done through our account.
Well, I guess I'll, I mean, $46. I'll call her about it.
So I was confused. I sent Russ an email and he got back with me. So my question was about the Omnigo, because remember, we talked in December that he was gonna switch to Interpol. Do you remember that
yeah.
conversation? And, so I was kinda surprised it came through, so I sent him an email last night and he got back with me. Cause I said, can I pull it and we can discuss it next week? And he said, no, it needs to be paid. He said, we are in a contract with Omnigo until 2029. I was originally told it was something we could get out of, but unfortunately, a few others thought it was not. Long story short, we have them until 2029, and then we will switch.
Oh, so we're not switching?
Yeah, so
Okay.
I just didn't wanna make sure we were
Right.
paying both. But I thought we also didn't, and I just sent him this email, actually, about, didn't we do something to their internet or something to transition them for Interpol to work?
I don't wanna speak for Russ, but I believe, if I remember correctly, and I could not be, that part of the money we were gonna have to pay for Interpol is to do something with our servers. We were gonna have to update our servers if we switch.
Yeah.
If I'm remembering, and I'm clearly, just going by memory.
Yeah,
that
I
Part of
just,
that charge is because we had to update the servers.
Right.
in there. I don't know that we paid for it yet, I think we were going to when we had to pay the initial cost for Interpol.
yeah, so I just sent him a quick email saying, so no Interpol until 2029, but I thought we added something to accommodate Interpol. But I guess, was it trying to make all the different communication work for,
I don't know, and I don't wanna speak necessarily for Russ, I'm just by memory, I don't think we paid for anything to be done with the server room. We weren't paying that until. we
Right.
did Interpol.
okay, I was just shocked when I saw this, but he got back with me, which is great.
So,
So I guess we can pay it because the other part of that isn't part of this, whatever it was.
Mhm.
And I assume that it just,
did you happen to say anything to him about the F-150 Ford from last week's deal that was on one of those things?
I did not.
Okay.
is it part of the capital expenditures or?
No, it was some kind of a,
What the heck was it? Was it in the lease agreement?
yeah. I'll call him.
I do have a question.
Should've been a
It looked
shimmy.
like We've got
That's all I'm saying.
two identical registers that are in front of me.
I signed them both.
Yeah. Is that,
I don't know why we got two of them, but
She might have accidentally printed it twice.
she just ran it twice?
She might have accidentally printed it
Okay.
twice.
I was just curious why we had two. As long as we don't pay bills twice.
And I'm also wondering if that's the other one that actually goes to Jeff Evil to sign. It doesn't hurt anything to sign them
Okay.
twice.
Don't want an extra floating around.
Cause she prints two, one for Jeff Evil to sign off on and one for you guys to sign off on.
Okay.
But
I did notice there's been a lot of charges against the capital outlay for the sheriff department. And I didn't know if all that was anticipated. If you look year to date, I think we spent like 90,000. He's not here, so I hate to,
he's out.
no, he's out of town.
He ain't left yet, I don't think.
Oh, I thought he left on the 11th.
25th to the 11th.
I think,
Yeah,
I think
25th.
Commissioner Mortimer's right.
I'm
Oh,
gonna call
he's
him.
still here. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I thought he was gone. That's why I was surprised he got back with me.
Yeah.
Hello? Hey, last week, on the register, there was, lease stuff there about vehicles. And one of them stated that it was a F-150 Ford. Okay.
he available?
Right. Yeah. That's fine, I didn't know that, so that's fine. I seen it, I thought maybe it was a misprint, it's supposed to be Chevy, so, I understand now. That's fine, just wanna make sure it wasn't, if it's cheaper than a Tahoe, that's fine with me. That's good, they should never make anything Dodge again. Okay. No, that's fine. Carla has a question for you here, I'll put it on speakerphone.
Over?
What's that? Yeah, I guess if you wanna come over.
Okay, I'll be over.
So the reason that was on there, instead of Tahoe, the Ford pickup was $10,000 cheaper than a Tahoe, and so that's why he went with that, and that's for his undersheriff. So, instead of a Tahoe. He's coming over here, so there's the register and. Alright. How about the minutes?
I'd make a motion to approve the minutes as presented.
You alright with them, Carla?
Yeah, I'll second.
Moved and second to approve the minutes of April 13th, is there any discussion? All those in favor? Aye. So we wanna wait on the,
Oh, I could,
just do the,
I could move to approve it for
okay.
the accounts payable.
Yeah.
$57,739.72.
I'll second that.
It's moved and seconded to pay the bills at $57,739.72. Is there any discussion? All those in favor? Aye. Okay, here's Russ.
So to better explain the vehicles, the leasing company had 4 of the Tahoes, the gray ones that we were gonna get, and they couldn't get another one for a while. And the Ford was close to $10,000 cheaper. Well, why wouldn't you try it at least to see
I don't
if
have a
it's gonna
problem
be a
at all.
better vehicle?
I don't have a
I'm
problem
not
at all with it.
I'm not a Ford guy,
Well, now, come
myself.
on, that's Ford.
but a vehicle's a vehicle, and if it's $10,000 cheaper for our citizens and for our budget, then
Yeah.
I want to try it.
You know what Ford stands for, don't you? First on race day.
Yep, I know that's
Okay.
good.
So
Eh,
Carla, you had a question?
Oh, I guess the one.
Well, and let me go explain. I think I know where you're going with this. The Omnigo deal.
Yeah,
Okay.
I thought you were on vacation or I would have.
No. Omnigo. So, when I first started looking to Interpol to trade or to change from Omnigo, I talked to 2 or 3 people, and they said this contract that we had was to lock in the price. It was not a contract to lock it in to where we had to stay with them. They said, go ahead. I would never have looked at Interpol if I would have known that. Anyway, long story short, had everything arranged and ready to go for Interpol. You guys approved it. We were going forward with it. And the gal that is our she's Omnigo's person for our region, regional director or whatever you want to call it. She called because they were Interpol was getting everything arranged to trade over, and they called and they said, "Well, you can't get out of your contract." So what do you mean? I was told that I could. That's the reason we're where we're at now. She goes, "Well, you're in contract until 2029. I said, "We're in contract till 2029 for the funds to be set, not to stay with your company." That's what I was told. She goes, "Well, that's not correct. That's not." Like, well, this person told me, and she said, "Well, they were wrong." So we're stuck with them until 2029. I advised because I couldn't get a hold of them, couldn't get them to respond, couldn't get any kind of heads or tails what they were going to do or what we could do. I pled with them until the last minute. They wouldn't respond to my phone calls, so I basically I called the guy that started it, and I told him how I felt, and not that it mattered. But anyways, they were advised that in 2029, unless something changes between now and then, we won't go back with them. The price is, well, we can change your price. And I said, yeah, but what you're going to change is the stuff that we need. We have to have dispatch. We have to have, this is all ties into our CAD system, what we operate off of. And, well, we can reduce that. I'm like, well, no, you can't, not really, because we need them functions.
They're just wanting to sell
So
us
again,
stuff.
like I said, they quit calling, they quit discussing anything with me, and we're just stuck until 2029 with them.
So so this bill that was 32,000, I think it was like 26 or 29 last year. And I think when we had this discussion in February, you said they're gonna keep increasing it, which they did, right?
Mhm.
So that's what you anticipate. So all these are things that you need,
We
so,
need those, Carla.
so you can't.
We can't
So-
get out of them. And that was the nice thing about Interpol is the $10,000. Everything that they have on there, that $10,000 included.
For the ongoing, once we made
Yeah.
the conversion, because it was higher for the conversion.
Right.
Well,
But the
so-
good thing about it, well, I don't know about good thing, but I guess part of a positive that come out with this is talking to Scott with Lockett. Since we're not changing to Interpol, we won't have to purchase a server.
Okay, so that's what Timmy was thinking, it was a
Which the server, he quoted me last year, this just shows you how the economy's going. He quoted me last year 10 to 12,000. It was $19,000 for a server.
Figured it'd be 20.
Close to it.
So did we discuss that, but we didn't approve it? I was thinking we had a discussion about, we had to change something to make Interpol work. It
The
was their
server.
server,
Mhm.
but we haven't approved we haven't gone forward on that.
No.
Okay. So what you're saying, when we do the Interpol, we'll have to have the $19,000 server too, or
Yeah,
whatever it
but
is.
2029, I don't think it's gonna be $19,000. I don't.
We can't
We
lock
can
into
hope.
that? Yeah.
Yeah. No. In 2029, the way that the things are changing, we might not even have to have a server because everything is in cloud.
Mhm.
So we might not even need it.
Good point.
We might have our own data center,
Well,
right, Dwayne?
Yeah.
We better get on it.
Okay,
so I
well,
mean,
Oh, I'm on it.
I'm sure the Interpol will go up between now and 2029, but I don't think it's gonna even come close to what we're paying for Omnigo, unfortunately.
so we haven't done any official transition to Interpol,
No.
and now we have to wait.
Till 30, it'll be gone.
We're staying in communication with Interpol, or I am, and that way when it comes to 2029, that we can transition to them.
Okay. What
And-
else?
and
Did
so-
you have something else for him?
The other, I saw, there's some capital expenditures going on, this is all taking the new fleet that you have and basically getting it ready to be utilized by Ottawa County.
What?
Well, just these different charges that hit, like 3,500.
That's what that fleet deal was, wasn't it?
Yes.
So those are fleet monthly charges?
Those-
We get charged monthly
Yes.
for those?
Yes.
Oh, fleet monthly.
Yep.
Russ, I do have a question about, and maybe it's not just yours either, but it's all of the bills from Nextech, AT&T, all of these providers.
Yeah.
That we're paying everybody under the sun, it seems like a lot of money. Is there a way to shop that and conglomerate, get it condensed into one to save any money, or are you just shopping the best deal wherever it happens? I
Just
guess,
the
for-
best deals,
For cell phones, landlines, I suppose laptop in the cars, you know, the connectivity.
well, you're talking about the cradle points in the cars that enable them to work off of our OmniGo.
Okay,
And then the cameras have to have it, which would be an Axon.
There's FirstNet, yeah, AT&T, Nextech, all of these places, and I didn't know what they
It was
are.
the cheapest,
Yeah. that's-
and I do shop around every year. It looks like now Verizon's got a cheaper deal than FirstNet.
Yeah. I figured you shopped around, but it just boggles my mind that we're paying everybody under the sun, all of these, for living in the 21st century and having internet capability.
If we could go back in today's world, Dwayne, and be able to function like we did when I first started 20 years ago,
Right.
it would be great.
Ain't
But
gonna
in
happen.
today's world, you can't run one thing unless you have this, and if you don't have this, then you can't.
Yeah.
Do you have any other questions, Carla?
No, I was just trying to look at your capital, I did make sure that you still had enough money in it because you bought your truck the first of the year.
Yep.
And then I guess those, custom signals and the upfitting quote, that's to make ours,
That was just for mine. The rest of them,
that-
all the rest of the vehicles that's part of the leasing.
okay, so
There
both of
will
those
be-
were for yours, this custom signals and the upfitting was for Russ's?
Yes.
Okay. And, the IDEMIA, is that how you say it?
Idemia.
So-
ID.me, it's ID.me.
IDEMIA, so that's 6,000, was that for your truck too? Is that for a truck, it's in capital outlay?
Is it ID.me?
M-E, it's,
IDEMIA.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No.
That's not what I thought it was.
So. Is that what it is? Is that
Usually,
what your answer?
usually it's in contractual, but for some reason it hit capital.
Oh, Idemia. No, that's for the live scan deal.
So that's in your car,
No, that's at the jail itself.
that's at the jail, so that 6,000 that hit capital outlay, that probably should have been in contractual, you think?
No, because it's not. It's a new system. It's
And
not
it should be
a
in capital
contract.
outlay?
Yes. What did she take it out, or what was it taken out of?
Capital outlay.
Capital outlay. Yeah.
So it's not contractual,
No.
okay. Just trying to see it,
Yep.
hit that number.
So, I've had, several complaints about too much presence of police officers in Delphus, so that's good.
Too much? I think our guys try to.
Don't change it. I'm
No.
just saying, there's people saying, oh, the cops are in town a lot, which I'm happy about, so thank you.
We're actually gonna use your local, vendor there on the north end of town for our decals for the vehicles,
That's good.
once we get them.
Yeah, I heard they got a big job on a semi, enclosed semi-trailer, so.
I liked how they did Delphus's trucks.
Yeah, I
so
thought it was
I'm gonna
pretty
stay with
sharp.
them, and
Yeah.
they're actually, cheaper than
Well,
what we've
good.
been going with, and then I don't have to put them on. So
Okay.
far, budget-wise, just, I don't foresee that, I know that, my budget's gonna be probably smaller than what it was last year. There's
That's
no
good.
reason for it to be.
That's good to hear because
I know.
it's gonna be tight.
Russ, are you gonna be available on the 14th of May for that regional law enforcement?
Yes,
Okay,
Yes.
good.
and that one's, where are we meeting after that? They haven't decided to have Concordia?
Concordia, 10 a.m., I
Yep.
think. Don't know the
So-
specific
Yes.
location in town. but-
So we were at a meeting with 3 commissioners, and the jail deal was brought up, and I don't know what Cloud County wants to accomplish.
Are they the one building a jail?
No,
They-
they already got
That's
one,
Mitchell.
just
Or
like
Lincoln.
us.
Somebody was building a jail.
Lincoln's got a
Lincoln's
building.
building something, but I don't
I don't think it's gonna
small.
be any big,
It's small.
just enough to, yeah.
Yeah.
The
Just for
Pablos
this-
are looking into it.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, I don't know if they think that we ought to be bringing ours there or not, but that's not, I mean, I don't know. What's the
Mitchell
meeting
County-
about?
I don't know,
Just, we've all got resources in the north central Kansas, you know, whether it be jail, whether it be people, whatever it might be, you know, they're wanting to put things together and see, just explore what is available, what the desires and want. Everybody's got jail problems,
sure.
so we're trying to put this together to see if we can't help solve somebody's problems, you know, or get on a regional basis. We don't know what it'll look like.
It kind of surprises me that you have people that are building jails and,
Well, no, the deal with Lincoln County is their courthouse is old. and
Have you been to their jail?
Falling down, and
Go-
it's about
go
like
to
the one,
courthouse.
about like the jail in Delphus, it's not inside anywhere.
It's,
Basically, and so they're not building a big prison or anything, they're just building a new
for an
courthouse and
overnight,
jail.
they're building a new
Yeah.
courthouse too,
I think so.
just small enough or big enough for their own people.
for like overnight.
Yeah.
Or,
The meeting on the 14th, I think, is more so that we don't have all of us doing separate things and spending tax up money, building jail, but we need somewhere to put inmates. So I think it's just collectively getting together and finding money-saving resources, so we're not.
well, I'm afraid to
Is
tell you
it
this,
cities
but
and counties or just?
in my opinion, it is everybody for themselves. I mean, and we're gonna have to, if we want anything, we don't dare tell anybody else what we're doing. I mean, that's my opinion. We have to figure out some niche of some sort and get ours, something going on here.
Well, that doesn't mean we've got to spill the beans to everything we've got in mind at this meeting. We can go
I know
gather other
that.
resources and gather other ideas.
That's what I'm saying.
And
So-
do our thing.
Right.
As far as changing where we house them,
I don't know,
to benefit them,
that's
I
not
don't-
even a
I
question.
don't wanna do that yet.
No,
I mean,
that has nothing to
they've
do
done
with,
nothing
Yeah.
but good for us.
but we gotta do something.
I agree.
And I don't know what it is, and I don't know, and like Carla says, more than once she's said to me, and I believe it's true. We can't just do something to be doing it. We have to figure out a way for it to make money.
Or break even.
Yeah.
I'm okay with break even if we're utilizing an asset we already have. But if it's something, if we're not gonna break even, we shouldn't do it.
No, I know. And there's so much instability this time, you know, right now, and everything. We got our hands, our government's got our hands in a lot of different situations right now, so it's unstable. I don't know what to do. or
Well,
what
I
to
know
think.
that Sean from down at Junction City would like to come up and talk to you guys. He was gonna come up this week. But after talking to him at the meeting and stuff, they decided to just hold off and see what happens. They were overcrowded last month, I do believe.
But overcrowded, not gonna help us any.
No. And
I
that's
mean, we're
what I'm
gonna have to
still
have-
trying to.
Probably have to have 20 or more, wouldn't we?
Yeah, for what they wanna pay us, absolutely.
Well,
And
that-
it's gonna have to probably be a little bit more than the $25 a head per day.
We can't do that.
And they're only wanting, no more than 4 people here. Well, that doesn't even,
Yeah, that's not washing. No.
No.
and you can't tell me, and I know that they're adamant that they're gonna supply everything and we won't have to lift a finger but
They're gonna
I'm
provide
just trying to
staffing?
wrap my head around the cost of electricity and.
Yeah.
Staffing, they're gonna bring their staff.
They said they would,
Yeah.
but
What
I
they
don't
said.
believe it when I see it, so. You could think about another avenue.
Well, and their budget, according to Sean, for the rest of this year is just $500,000. I said, well, that's not gonna. I mean, that's not gonna be enough to
You can run your own.
run it here with just 2 staff and everything else. I don't know.
Alright, well,
Anyway,
keep on it and
yeah.
We'll bring back good news.
I'm gonna hold you to it.
Yep.
Alright,
It might be that the sun was shining that day, Scott.
alright. Well, I don't give 2 flips about the sunshine, I want rain.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Drive the rain
Everything's-
cloud back.
So Republic is building a jail as well?
No.
I wouldn't-
No.
I thought they were talking about doing a bond for one.
It could be.
But
I-
let's,
I-
I mean, we'll need to talk to Republic, and I'm pretty sure that's what we're discussing this. They're looking to a bond to build a jail, but I don't,
Wow.
that could not be the case,
Their courthouse is not too new either.
yeah.
It's right
I
in
mean,
the
the-
middle of the square, so. Alright.
Well, thank you, sir.
You bet.
See you in
Thanks.
14. Have fun on your vacation. Come
We're
back
gonna-
rested
I
up.
thought you were already gone, that's why I was like,
No,
I hate to send this to you.
the 28th we would
Yeah.
fly out.
So I was like, you responded, I
should've
was
said the
shocked you
25th.
responded.
Well, I'm technically gonna be gone the 25th.
Alright,
Yeah.
that's what it is then.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Alright, how about the clerk comments?
Just real quick, just reminding the commission about the meeting at the hospital. Following this meeting, we need to be there. Scott, I know you won't be able to attend, but I have the other 2 on there. They start at 11:30, so be there a little before 11:30.
Uh-huh.
And I'll take you down. I am working on that project for the regional commission meeting. I made some phone calls and we're moving forward on it. There'll be more information to come when it's available. And then the county audit will begin the week of May 4th.
The week of when?
May 4th.
You said regional commission meeting, which you were working on.
Yeah, we discussed, looking at a, regional county counselor.
Oh, you're right.
Oh,
Okay. You're right. Good.
I was trying to figure out that too, it's like,
Won't be no problem who I think should be it if we do it.
Yeah.
Have you talked to him?
Yep, that's, moving forward on it. We're finding out what other counties are interested and then we'll call another meeting.
What did he say?
Yes.
I'll be darned.
Good.
Well, zippity-doo-dah, that's a good thought. Okay, are you done?
Yep.
Dwayne?
I am done too. I've asked Russ the questions that I had about the invoices and so forth, and other than going to Kansas County Commissioner Association meeting in Hutchinson, I've got a clean slate for the week.
Okay, I got a text message. Carla, go ahead and I'll see if I can find this.
well, I just want to clarify from the last meeting, we talked about, the recycling of, cost of $29,000. Included in that is the $26,000 of tires.
Right.
So the 2 recycling centers, Minneapolis and
Yeah.
Bennington, only got $2,300. So I just wanted to clarify that from last week. 26,000 of that went for tires. And then I did look up for that K-Camp risk thing. We got 3,000 last year. We got, what, 4,200? So I'm glad it went up. The
Yeah.
distribution went up. And just to clarify from last week too, it was a tanker truck that Bennington had, not a pumper truck. And so I did reach out to Tescott, and I did send an email out to the other fire districts in case they wanted if they had a tanker truck, I'm sorry.
Well, Tescott told me it was pumper truck. That
Yes,
they were the ones with the
yes,
excess.
yeah, so Bennington needs a tanker truck,
Okay.
not a pumper truck.
Oh, okay.
So I called
Gotcha.
them, and then I sent the correct email out to the other fire districts, so just to let you know.
Got it.
And then we talked brief about last meeting also, we talked about Lincoln, and I was gonna reach out to them about their sales tax, remember, to get the detail of what they were using it for? Because remember, they had several different things they were using it for. Well, I don't know if you looked at that State House News that Mike Taylor sent out, but did you see they pulled Lincoln County out of that funding? You know, they have it now that, the law now says that, the legislature has to approve it. And, they had pulled out certain counties to say, except for,
Yeah.
and Lincoln was in the first draw, and the second draw, they were pulled. And so their representatives were very upset that they pulled Lincoln County out, and they pulled 2 counties out. So I don't know if that was the final bill or not, but, so they did not get back with me, but probably because they weren't sure if they were even gonna have a sales tax. And this week is National Volunteer Week, so we need to thank all our volunteers throughout the county for that they do to make our county great. And then I did go through the emergency management discussions from last year to try to figure out if there's anything we're missing right now. And in January, there was a $14,000 EMPG grant that helped fund Marie's salary. And did Clancy say anything about that?
So that grant money is up in the air right now, that's why we've not received it, nobody has received it.
Okay,
It is not guaranteed. It never was guaranteed, but no one has received it in the state.
was that from the state or from the feds?
I don't know,
Okay, but no one has received it yet, and it's up in the air.
yeah,
Okay,
until no one's gonna approve,
so it's not something we haven't.
Right, we've turned ours in, it's been verified, we have turned ours in,
Okay.
everything was done. It's just with all this stuff going on with FEMA, it may not come in.
Okay, I just want to make sure that we weren't missing that, but it's all turned in. And then, I did read through the notes, and it said that there were used to be 2 FEMA grants that were open. One they closed out because they paid out the townships. And do you guys remember what the other FEMA grant was for? You happen to know? So I know there's still one, and I guess, Keith is doing all that now, and that he's following up if there's questions about the FEMA funding. He's answering all these questions, okay. I should have asked him when he was here. So the quarterly risk management meetings, was that necessary to get the K-Camp money that we
Yes.
just got? And so are we current in 2026 for quarterly risk management meetings?
Are you asking me?
I don't know, you're our.
I'm on it, but I always relied on the emergency manager to send out the schedule, you know, when we had the meeting. 'Cause
So do we need to make sure that there's a second quarter meeting
Right.
with Keith maybe? Can you
I'm
wanna
honestly
touch
not
base?
sure if it's quarterly or annually that we have to have it to comply with K-Camp for that.
Will you follow up with that so we don't miss that?
I'll ask Patrick when we're down in Hutch.
Okay, just so that we don't
Yeah, we don't want to drop
miss
that
that
ball.
funding
Yeah.
since it's a positive cash flow,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
So that's all I found when I went through the minutes from I went through the first 6 months of minutes trying to figure out what we might be missing.
Okay. Is that it?
My turn?
That is it, I am going,
Well, you said you didn't know nothing, you had nothing.
No,
I
that
am,
was last week.
I just asked you before I asked her.
All I've got is pass along this MOU that I had drafted, and Attorney Ebel has looked it over for the museum. And it basically outlines that we will maintain the insurance and the maintenance on the building at 110 South Concord, a museum lease for $1 per year for 5 years, and it'll end on December 31st of 2031.
Speaking of that, yeah.
So they wanted something in writing. They're having a meeting tomorrow night, so I can present this to them. If it meets their board approval and it meets our board approval, then we've got something in writing for them to move forward with. And I've got a copy for you, Tammy.
okay, so this is saying we're gonna lease it to them for a year, which I don't have a problem with
5
that,
years.
for a period of 5 years.
Right.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with that. We don't have any debt on that building, correct?
Correct.
So it's just,
So which one of these I need to sign?
I would also highly advise you have Keith look it over,
The building.
the MOU.
Keith?
Yes,
Okay.
as a facilities director, I would highly recommend, because there are things that we may not be thinking of, or things you might have
That's fine.
concerns about.
Okay. Yeah, so let's just wait and sign.
All right.
so
After the
can we just discuss this, the other points of this is that we'll cover the casualty and liability insurance, but not the contents. Is that what we are currently doing? The building, but not the contents on liability?
Can't insure the contents anyway.
Right.
Right, I mean, well, the museum artifacts can't be insured, I mean, as far as like the other pieces, I think that just goes with the building, I think it's general building liability stuff.
Okay,
Well, it's damage on the liability, the roof, on the building itself. If
Yeah.
wind comes through, tears up the roof or whatever, it will cover, it will repair the building. So
I was talking about like desks, filing cabinets, there are some costs incurred if the building was to flood or get destroyed in any
Right.
way. There are a few things, but like, Commissioner Warner said, the artifacts themselves we can't insure.
Yeah.
yeah, and this says, but not on content, so all the contents would
So-
be their responsibility.
They would, I would assume you guys probably didn't decide if we're just giving them all the contents, and they would be the ownership of that.
Yeah, I would
Okay.
assume so.
Does that say that in there?
It does not say that.
Better add
Because
that.
otherwise, technically, we own the desk, the filing cabinet.
And maybe we better specify no
Shopping.
coverage on artifacts, but normal, I don't know
Make
how
some
we,
notes in that.
yeah. How we specify contents, filing cabinets, shelving,
Or just the building and its
Office.
contents become the property of the museum.
And responsibility.
A responsibility
Yeah.
just to cover. I don't think we're looking to get anything out of it,
right.
just so there's no question.
And so, I guess my question is this, it says, have you seen this, Tammy?
No,
Okay, so it says regular maintenance will be provided by county staff. I'm not sure what
Oh, there's light bulbs, snow removal, I'm assuming. That would be a good point to bring to Keith, I think. I'll
yeah,
leave
but
it.
Keith would have to agree.
well, it's up to you guys in the end, but I would
They're gonna
definitely,
need to take care of their own.
he might have some concerns.
Yeah,
I mean, if we lease the building to them, I mean,
they,
for nothing, they can buy the light bulbs.
yeah, I'm
Well-
thinking you need to gradually
Yeah,
I had a note here said, should we specify maintenance?
yeah, we should.
Cause we're not up for
So let's talk.
HVAC.
Let's talk with Keith about this next week.
Okay,
And,
You want me to put on the agenda next week?
yeah.
yeah,
what
And,
his opinion would be
yeah.
on what to do and what not to do.
right.
Do you wanna give it to Keith, Wayne?
yes. Can you make a copy of that? And I guess I've got a spare here that we could write Keith on and he could look at it.
Okay.
Well, that, it doesn't mention the HVAC, I know that's gonna be a big source of contention, it probably needs to get.
And I have talked to Leland verbally about that, and he said, no, we've known that HVAC is on, it's old, and we've been putting money away for that, so it will not be a surprise, you know, that they will be able to do the HVAC system.
So when this happens, when they roll out to be a 501c3, at that point in time, we will give them those two capital outlay funds that they have, both the endowment fund and that, does this need to be specified in this in any way?
I would talk to your attorney about that.
Do you know
I
what I'm
To
never
saying?
me,
thought to
when I
mention it.
first thought this is a building MOU, nothing to do with
Right.
the budgets, but I'm
It's
not an attorney.
work in progress.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I think we would say, you know, because if they're planning to use that money in case of the HVAC, they need to make sure they have it.
Right.
And so there's a historical endowment one, and there's also a capital outlay one for the museum, so we would
Right.
give them both of those.
Okay.
And I don't know if that's part of this agreement or not.
It could be, I hadn't considered that, because there again, I just assumed that it would be,
Probably ought to be on there.
yeah, I think so.
Just
We need
to,
it in
just
writing.
to, I mean, we
We
can't,
know, we see where assumptions have got us with the golden wheel,
yeah. Tenfold.
capital outlay and endowment.
Okay,
Yeah, so you're gonna put something in there that says that we're giving them all the contents and responsibility,
Yeah,
plus responsibility.
contents become museum property, artifacts will carry no insurance.
And we're gonna have Keith give you an idea of what his opinion is
Right.
on the regular maintenance.
Yeah,
okay. So did either one of you get a message from Darlene Campbell yesterday?
no,
Okay, we're invited to, Delphus Alive is invited us to a celebration of sound on April 25th at the Delphus Auditorium. New Image will be entertaining, and that's for the dedication of the new sound system and to honor the donors.
The new sound system at the Delphus Auditorium?
Mhm.
at what time?
That doesn't say.
I
I'll have to
think
find
it's,
that out.
I think it's 7, and I didn't get it, but my wife did. I
Okay.
believe, so I think it's 7, but not sure. That's next Saturday,
Yeah,
this coming Saturday.
coming up. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna be able to make it either. I got 2 things going on. Good Lord.
Oh, yeah, it doesn't
Two
say.
birthdays in 2 different towns,
Oh,
70 miles away.
It says evening,
Yeah.
but it doesn't say what time. But you think it's 7, Dwayne?
I think so, yeah. I could text.
It was
my wife.
rescheduled from January.
Yeah, it was cold.
Look forward to a great evening. Okay. And then I had,
Well, so do I need to respond? I will probably go. Do I need to have this on record that we're gonna be at the same location?
I'm not gonna be there.
You're not gonna be there, but
No.
Dwayne, you're gonna try to go?
Yes, I am gonna try to go.
So
Yeah, it
I,
don't matter.
I have
I
a
mean-
sister-in-law whose dad is on hospice care, so depending on if I need to fly to
Situation.
Jacksonville, that'll be my question.
Okay. I don't think it matters.
Yeah,
Yeah, I gotta say.
It was nice that they invited us.
Yeah.
what time?
Okay, I had,
Auditorium dedication event, question mark.
another, person, Claire Mole, called me and wondered about setting a farmer's market up in the Blue Store once in a while, she wondered what, our thoughts would be of that.
I love it. Anytime you can use that building.
Mhm.
I mean, I just think we're paying for heating and utilities. If somebody can use it, and if it isn't a conflict with a school district using it, I think
It'd just be in the Blue Store, so it wouldn't be, right?
it wouldn't be in the building they're
Yeah.
using.
So this is what I would suggest if we do that we put her in charge of it, her only. It'd be her deal to take care of and make sure, and, make sure that everything's shut up and locked up and one key to her.
And maybe she can draft up a real simple little document that she's gonna use it, and it'll be her responsibility, and just for the cleaning of
Right.
the facility.
Yeah, have them clean it, yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be spotless, but.
And it was Clara Mall?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would, you might check with Keith if there's anything else that needs to be done, I
Right.
don't believe so. But then, are we responsible if there's any sort of licensing with the
See,
city?
that's why I wanna have her side of the deal that we're not responsible for accidents.
Well, that and I don't know the answer to this, but if the city requires a license to have a farmer's market.
Well, they're having one anyway, if it's outside or, so they'll have to have, they have one every year, so they'll have to
Gotcha.
take care of that
So
themselves.
they've done it before.
Did they have it inside Minneapolis before?
No, they have it, usually they have it down there on the outside, on the corner by D&G, or the gas station down there, where the Dairy Queen used to be, but
Yeah. Is it a weekly event?
I don't know, I need to find that out, I'll ask her and see. Responsibility, not responsible.
Yeah, just a real quick little, easy contract would be great.
Mhm.
But I'm all in favor of people using it.
Yeah.
How often? Okay, well, that's all I had.
Well, I would make a motion then that we go into recess at 10:23 and we'll reconvene at the hospital at 11:30 in conjunction with the hospital board meeting.
And I'll second that.
It's moved and seconded to, go into, recess until 11:30, where Commissioner Grund and Commissioner Morris will be at the hospital for the luncheon. Is there any discussion? All those in favor?